We continue to remember First Lady Barbara Bush, who will be laid to rest Saturday in Houston.
Some 1,500 guests are expected for the private service. Several former presidents and first ladies are expected to attend. Well, today, President Donald Trump ordered flags lowered to half-staff in honor of the former First Lady. The Bushes celebrated 73 years of marriage in January, making them the longest married couple in presidential history. The First Lady's son, former President George W. Bush, spoke today in Texas, telling stories of his mother and how they teased each other through her last days.
She's pretty funny to the end. So I went over to see her in the hospital. Laura and I went over there. And she was her feisty self. One of the things that tended to enrich our conversations with her needling me and me needling her.
Mrs. Bush and the rest of her high-powered Republican family had a special relationship with West Michigan. Barton Dieters is in studio now with a look at the impact that she had here. Barton?
Well, Sue, 81-year-old Peter Secchia's life in politics, starting as chairman of the Kent County Republicans in the 1970s, a GOP national committeeman in the 1980s, and then serving as ambassador to Italy under President George Herbert Walker Bush, meant that he had a close personal relationship with the former First Lady. Now, only a few weeks after suffering a stroke, Secchia is on his feet and in his office and fighting against his doctor's recommendation that he not attend this weekend's funeral.
Joan and I have been invited to the funeral, and we'd love to be there. We'll have to wait and see.
The Bushes spent time at Secchia's home in Grand Rapids, at Lake Michigan, and in Rome, where Secchia was ambassador from 1989 to 1993. Secchia was the state chair for Jeb Bush's campaign in 2016 and serves on the board of advisors for the Bush Presidential Library Foundation. Secchia said Barbara and her husband spent many hours with him and his wife, Joan.
And if she was still alive today, she'd probably call me and ask me why I didn't get dressed better to do this interview for her.
Secchia agreed to talk to 24-Hour News 8 at the Amway Grand Hotel, where he currently has an office. He met the Bushes in the late 1970s when George Bush was the head of the CIA and came to West Michigan, and the Secchias introduced the couple to Grand Rapids.
She always liked it here. The Bush family had a special affection for West Michigan.
The Bushes would come to Grand Rapids numerous times, both as officials and as candidates.
It's a wonderful family, and we're going to miss Barbara because she was the dynamite.
He says it was Barbara Bush who made sure her husband's schedule was kept and that he was presented in the best light possible. He also remembers the human side of the First Lady.
She would tease me a lot about some of these things, but she was a good jokester. She loved to jab a little bit. She had a sense of humor.
For Secchia, it is more than the loss of a historical figure, more than the loss of only the second woman on earth to be both the mother and the wife of a U.S. president. He will miss his friend.
While I sit here and do this interview, I am coming closer and closer to figuring out how the doctors are going to have to let me go down to Houston for the funeral, because you just belong, you know where you're supposed to be, and I think I'm supposed to be there.
I hope you can get there if you're up for it. Now, Secchia is doing well for a man so recently removed from a stroke, and for those who know him in both politics and business, the betting money is on him being there in Houston on Saturday. At 6, we'll look more at the historical impact of Barbara Bush on West Michigan and the personal impact she had on one local police officer in particular. Live in studio, Barton Dieters, 24-Hour News 8.